now, for our final act of the evening, we have the Son of Man. Ladies and gentlemen, the Son of Man. How you doing, mate? How you feeling about tonight's gig, huh?
Yeah, very good. Good, thank you.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot. I mean, I've been enjoying the band so far this evening. You?
Yeah, no, it's been some good stuff, I think. Yeah, definitely. Love it.
So, I see you bought your baby along.
Yeah, this is my big...
Do you remember the day you bought it?
Yeah, kind of do. Yeah, it's about 3 years ago.
Was it with hard saved cash that you just handed over to this dude behind the counter who just didn't quite understand the significance of this moment?
Well, what happened was I had a Stag, which was like an innovation replica, which was my first guitar, my first acoustic guitar. And then one day I was like playing it, and sometimes, you know, us musicians, we get kind of frustrated, so I picked it up and I threw it down to the ground, and it kind of smashed into a few pieces, and
I never heard the story.
Yeah.
The old Who, I Hate You.
Yeah, and that was the catalyst for me to get, you know, the authentic one.
It survived the bedroom rage then, clearly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's because it's paid dividends and delivered some decent tunes for you.
No, that's because it's too expensive.
Okay, let's see in the financial mode. Yeah, fair play. So, you are Son of Man.
Yeah.
And you have this band. I mean, I know you orchestrated this band coming together, and you.
Well, I put an advert out on the internet, and then I met him. So he was already looking to make a band. So, and then we met the other guys sort of.
The embryo
a few weeks
phase
later.
was just the pair of you. Just what did you meet in a pub and say? Right,
Yeah, we did meet. Yeah, but it was from the internet. We were on the internet, and I put an advert out just saying I wanted to join a band. And
he said, "Let's meet in a
found
pub
me,
just to make sure that you're a decent kind
You're
of
not
person."
going to smash up my.
Yeah, so we just met in a pub and had a drink and had a chat and stuff. He brought his guitar along actually and
Played a few songs.
Played a few songs, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the advert? What were you after?
Well, I was, like I said, I'm into most styles of music, and I play most styles of music, and I was just really looking for some people to collaborate with and start something up. I wasn't looking for any one thing in particular, really. I mean, I write my own songs as well, but I wasn't really looking to lead a band or anything. I just wanted to.
Were you fresh out of another band?
Well, no, I just moved areas actually because I'm from up north, so I just moved down. Yeah, I just moved down south, and you know, I didn't know too many people in the area, and I thought, you know, I'll just put an advert out on the internet because, you know, it's a.
So there's the two of you. We now have the beginnings, and so how did we grow into a five-piece? I mean, you know, that's a lot of musicians. There's a lot of noise, a lot of people, you know.
Yeah. Well, initially Chaz was playing bass, and we had another drummer, and it was the three of us to begin with, and then we decided that Chaz was more of a guitarist. And so
yeah, I mean, I was only really playing bass just to fill in.
So we decided that we needed a bassist, so we were looking for a bassist, and this other drummer said, "Oh, I know some guys, bassists," and introduced us to Ian. And
they're very far and few between bassists and drummers.
Yeah, well, Ian is actually a guitarist too. You know what I mean? But he just wanted to be in a band, so he decided, yeah, well, I'll play bass, you know. So
cool.
he got into the band playing bass, and then when we went to do our first rehearsal, the drummer didn't turn up. So
man, drummers.
Yeah. And so Ian said,
"Well,
well,
you're all just fresh. You're all just fresh.
Just met.
Almost strangers. Oh,
We didn't know each other before we started, and that was sort of 3 months ago. So
wow. So nervous was that an extraordinary moment when you clicked? You said, "Okay, let's do some three-chord blues or something." Is that how you kicked it off, or what?
Well, no. I mean, I'm a singer-songwriter, so I've got hundreds of songs.
You can't throw them into your chord progression straight away, didn't you?
Well, no, I didn't. We never really wanted to play covers from the start, and because he already had all these original songs, we thought, well, we'll just start playing those.
Nice one. And it morphed into something obviously quite extraordinary, and you found your songs, or you felt your songs were really growing here with this band.
Well, I have a simple formula, really. I like to allow people to bring their own ingredients into the song to make it something.
So you're not exclusive. Your bands are sorry. Your songs are organic.
The way that I look at it is like, you know, a songwriter makes a sketch, and you know, other musicians come and provide some colour into that sketch to make it what it is, you know. So.
Right. So it's not a absolutely exclusive concept when you create it. It needs influence, and it needs to grow, and then it becomes this title that. Did you expect it to be, or did you just want it to be?
Well, I let it be as it comes, you know. I just let it be, you know.
Yeah,
so
it needs to be fluid when you're having all this influence coming in.
We've got lots of different influences as well, because I mean, like Jerome and Ian, drum and bass guys, they're in a lot of metal bands and quite hard rock sort of metal stuff.
Interesting.
And I mean, I'm into a bit of that myself, but then I quite like my folk and I quite like my blues and all sorts
you're
of stuff.
eclectic.
Yeah, so whatever really, I'm happy to play it. But we all have our own little styles that we sort of bring to it, so and it wasn't really calculated, was it? Just
So do you have to tell this dude to turn his guitar down, or what? Well, if he's a metal,
sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes we have to tell the drummer to play a bit less, and sometimes we have to tell the bassist to turn down.
Yeah.
Stuff,
well,
so.
metal drummers are generally what's understood to be a bit busy. So, I know you've been gigging heaps, guys, and you've only been together, what, 3 months now?
3 months, and we've been doing gigs, and we've been...
It must be extraordinary, it's so fresh,
London,
and it's just so happening
Essex,
for you.
You know, this county, we've just been all over the place, you know, because we've got I've got a van which is what we use as a tour bus effectively, so we get out of town quite often, and we get as often as we like, and you know, we just want to be global really, so we're just really working hard.
Well, we're the hardest working band in Luton, I reckon.
I'd say so.
So, where are you playing next then?
Well, on Sunday we're going to be down in George Square, St George's Square. We're going to be doing Love Music, Hate Racism. So we're going to be supporting the main act as well, which is a resurgent Eastwood and General Saint. You might not know them, but they're a reggae act from the 80s, and they were quite big in their time.
So you knew them from before. You're fond of this act?
Well, yeah, because I mean I am into reggae music, and so yeah, I'm very much aware of their music. You know.
Cool. And were you on the set? Are you playing first, second, last?
No, we're playing just before the headline act. So
sweet as. Are you nervous? I mean, that's a big slot, man.
Should be alright, you know.
Well, I think that's kind of testament to how hard we've been working. You know? So, I mean, we were together 2 weeks when we did our first gig for Love Music, Hate Racism back in May, and that went down pretty well. As a result of that, we've done some more stuff with them, you know, help them to promote this new event that's taking place, and you know, they've given us a prime slot.
Excellent. So you rehearse often?
3 times a week usually.
That's good. I'm talking about, we're talking about 2-3 hours a time.
Sometimes it sort of varies really if it gets to the point where you feel, it's too much.
As your songs grow and they become the complete tune, as it were, do you find that the song grows more as you play it to a live audience, or do you find as in the rehearsal room that's when it really becomes one? Or where does the song really grow and get its structure and what have you?
I think it starts usually, I play a song, you know, on the acoustic, and if the rest of the guys are feeling it, you know, and say,
do you not feel the crowd though?
No, I think it's a bit of both, because like he says, he starts playing on acoustic, and then we just start sort of filling in just by ear really, like, because none of us are really classically trained, we're all by ear, so we just listen to what he's doing, and then we sort of play with it. And then, but yeah, and like once we've sort of done it in rehearsal, then we obviously go play it live, and then you sort of look around and see if anyone's enjoying it, and if they do, then that's when you start to think, well, maybe that song, maybe we should play that one for this gig, you know, because that's going to be the one that...
But it usually starts with the band, I mean, because sometimes I might play 2 or 3 songs, you might say, yeah, that one I really like, and so, you know, we concentrate on that particular one. And
fantastic, guys. I'm really loving the passion that you have clearly for your music, and you're going places, you're spending your time in your van, and you're doing all these gigs, and you're rehearsing hugely. I mean, that's discipline, that is, to get everybody together, particularly 5 people as well. And so that's fabulous, that's really good. All right, guys, well, let's hear them play.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Son of Man.